Ooh, how's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, Bitcoin being very boring lately. Volatility for Bitcoin at a 4-month low, but that hasn't caused any disruptions with what we've been seeing with the altcoins lately. We've seen a pretty good alternative to Bitcoin cryptocurrency spike and a lot of action happening. We're going to cover and we're going to be talking about Cardano. We're going to be talking about XRP a little bit in this video as well. And overall, I just like to discuss the sort of formulaic way that this whole period of the past couple of weeks has been playing out, and some of my speculations and conclusions that I've come to in the game of cryptocurrency, and looking at a lot of the major altcoins being taken more seriously as of late. And of course, we're definitely going to be talking about one of my favorite probably my favorite altcoin currently, Cardano. My name is FaZe Crypto. Welcome to another episode of Crypto Clout, your favorite YouTube channel. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure that you smash that subscribe button. Anyways, we've got some news items to talk about right here. This first one, notably on the tip of everybody's tongue, the alternative crypto season. Ether, XRP rise to 1-month highs while Bitcoin inevitably falls. Is this a look into the future? Is this a idea of that altcoin breakaway sort of independence to some degree? I mean, taking it with a grain of salt, of course, we've got Bitcoin dominance now, well, in a way, plummeting in contrast to where we had recently seen it pressing hard up against those 70 point whatever zones, and now of course seeing a little bit more of independence in that sort of altcoin season esque. I know the altcoin season is sort of a dirty word in the cryptocurrency space, but all that aside, I think that it is pretty interesting to see even just that fight over this past 3% does show a lot of writing on the wall. I know that plenty of people are probably still holding very large bags. I didn't see XRP going below that 25 to 30 cent range, I think, is pretty safe to say. And it's interesting to see something like the performance we've been seeing for Stellar, namely, as it does show us a lot of interesting writing on the wall with what could happen with XRP. And whatever's happening with Stellar, is usually going to be mirrored or in some way, shape, or form. Very interesting correlation. When you want to talk about XRP and Stellar, it's pretty much a no-brainer to do so in the same breath. And of course, it's hard to talk about any altcoin price without talking about Bitcoin, which is why it's such a unusual occurrence to actually be witnessing the movement in the altcoins. That's not every single day we see altcoins up and Bitcoin down. So, in that same token of a conversation, a good jumping off point, I would say, to discussing Cardano and what we can expect to see from a cryptocurrency that poses this much gravity, gravitas in the cryptocurrency space. Very important crypto to look at. I think that when we want to really think about the next stages of Cardano, and one of the funny things that I've heard, in comments and echoed in different YouTube videos and stuff, is people talk about the strong suit for Cardano being the fact that it does not currently have a product that can be criticized, whereas a lot of the other altcoins have put themselves out there, rushed to market, and of course received due criticism in the light of a lot of these interesting analysis that we do often see happening from our fun friends across the interwebs. So where does this leave us? As far as what we're going to be seeing, well, I think it's important to talk about the history of where we stand. People in the comments are probably already writing down a comment saying that the future of crypto is not determined by the past, but that's sort of malarkey. All we have is the past to go off of, and if you can recognize patterns, then I think you could pretty much see the writing on the wall as far as where we can expect to see these different cryptos head. And I think that we do see a pretty interesting future, projected out in front of us for the altcoins in at large. I mean, just thinking about how much money is going to pour into the cryptocurrency scene, it's going to be interesting to see which altcoins manage to survive the onslaught with all of the competition that's posed to actually take place. And when we see all these different entities of financial prowess pouring into the space and attempting to create their own little tokenized monopolization of the space in a effort to essentially capitalize on the paradigm shift that we're currently seeing, and we will continue to see play out. I think that it is important to look at the vision for the future that Cardano has. That a lot of these different altcoins that can't live up to Cardano for numerous reasons, due to the fact that Cardano has something going for it, called like scientific sort of philosophical markers, I'd say, that do distinguish it from something like an altcoin like Litecoin, and it will be interesting to see how that drama continues to play out as we see the altcoin battle for dominance. Who's going to eventually be the contender to face off against Bitcoin. But I think Bitcoin always has a special place in everyone's heart. This is interesting as well. Article I wanted to fit in: Bitcoin has always been seen as an investment by the Chinese and not as a payment system, claims Bobby Lee. Interviewed Bitcoin. During the interview, Bobby spoke about his. So this quote right here: "Bullet is a curriculum of my experience in crypto. I ran an exchange." So it is interesting to see normal people, not computer science geeks like myself. Normal people, they don't know how to do digital security. They don't know how to do passwords. They don't know how to keep passwords safe. They don't know. This is music to my ears right here. It should be music to anybody's ears. This is the content right here, people. They don't know how to do two-factor authentication. They don't know how to do shifts in firmware and security updates and patches and all that stuff. They barely know how to log in, and they don't want to do password reset and 2SA and SMS verification. I think right there, he pretty much did highlight why people aren't getting into crypto. I mean, the crypto itself is a good enough reason to keep people. The very thing that makes cryptocurrency worth so much is the fact that is the same reason why people are not interested in it currently, which I think is $1 million statement. Right now, people want to buy their Bitcoin using a Cash App. They want to use Robinhood. They want to use something easy. They've sacrificed one of the key important things that actually separates crypto as a vehicle, in part from what those apps represent at large. And I think it will be interesting to see how that sort of laziness plays itself out. And I just wanted to touch upon that article. That's a genius statement if I've ever heard one about cryptocurrency as it currently stands. I mean, just the fact that people are inept, just common man ineptitude will, I think, be what separates the digital gold, whales of the future and the inevitable pit of normies. Anyways, it will be interesting. And I think Cardano is a pretty substantial altcoin in cryptocurrency in general. A good look into the future, a look into a brighter future. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Remember, this is for entertainment, educational purposes only. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not your dad. But all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this content. I'll see you guys next video. Make sure you get that crypto and have a good day, you sons of bitches. All right, peace out.